Hi friends, welcome to Taming Python series. In this video, we're going to talk about how to join two data frames on a column. Basically, we are trying to merge two data frames. It is similar to an SQL join if you know about database tables. So this example is something like if you have suppose two data frames, something like this. This is if this is one data frame and if this is one data frame, and if you want to join these two data frames on a column, say suppose value, then you will get a merged data frame, something like that. Or if you want to join on this index, then you'll get a merged data frame, something like this. So that means basically what we are doing is something like in this diagram. If you have some two tables, you are trying to merge these two data tables on a column. This will be a use case in many of our projects. So let's try to get started with an example, right? So I'll take a blank folder. I'll open it with VS Code. Yeah, my VS Code is open. Now I'll create a file and I'll just name it index.py. Alright, now I've created a Python file. First I'll import pandas as pd. You know how to create two data frames in order to merge them, right? So as an example, I'll take the two data frames from my blog post. So this is one data frame, df1. Here I am creating data frame from a dictionary. I'll play it, and I'm since printing df1, you can see df1 printed here. So this is the data frame, how it looks like. It has two columns, c left and value, and these are the values. You can see c left, it has 4 values, and value, it has 4 values. So basically I have specified the column values using a dictionary. You can even refer a video which I made where you can see how you can initialize data frames and what are the common initialization scenarios. So this is one of the initialization scenario where you create a data frame from a dictionary. So yeah, this is one data frame. It has two columns, c left and value, right? So let me try to take another data frame from my blog post. Here this is another data frame, df2. Okay, so df2, and here it has two columns called c right and value, and this column has 4 values and this column also has 4 values. So let me try to run this. So this is my data frame. It has 4 rows and 2 columns, c right and value. Okay, now you can see I have two data frames which have 4 rows each, and there are 2 columns called c left and value. I'll run this again and show you both data frames. I'm printing both data frames and I'm showing you here. Okay, so now here you can see I've got two data frames. This is the first data frame and this is the second data frame. You can see both data frames have a index. In this data frame it is 0 1 2 3, and this data frame it also has a index called 0 1 2 3. So if I want to merge these two data frames on this index, that means I have to create a resultant data frame with 4 columns, because there is 2 columns here and 2 columns here. These two should be getting merged and created new table which has 4 columns, right? So let me try to see how it can be done. So it's really simple, guys. Merging the data frame is just as simple as df.merge df2, and that's it. So I'll create a new data frame called df3, and here equal to df3 equal to df1 dot merge, and you just write df2, and since you are merging on index, you have to write left index equal to true, and you are also considering the right index, right, for merging. So right index equal to true. So you are telling that you are merging on indexes of both the data frame. So that way you'll get a data frame called df3. So for now I will not print these two input data frames. I will print the result data frame. So I'll let print df3. So this is the summary, guys. I'm merging two data frames using the df1.merge df2, and I'm telling that I'm using the left index for merging and right index for merging. So let me try to run this. Here you can see I've got a resultant data frame with 4 columns as expected, but you can see one thing, that here these two data frames have the common column called value. So that's why pandas by default, what it did was it has given underscore x to the left data frame and underscore y to the right data frame, because the columns names are conflicting. But these two column names are not conflicting, c left and c right. That's why these column names are preserved as the same in the resultant data frame, but the value column was same in two data frames. That way it has given subscript as underscore x and underscore y. So this is how you can merge two data frames on index. You just write left index equal to true and right index equal to true. If you want to merge these two data frames on this value column, you don't want to merge on index column. So how can I do that? It's really simple, guys. You just have to write on value. That's it. So let me try to run and see that df1.merge df2, and here just write on equal to, write the column name which is value, which is a common for both data frames. You can see value column is common for both data frames. This might be a scenario which you can see in most of the cases. So I'm saving it and I'm running it. I've got 3 columns, C left, C right, and the common column, but I've got only 1 row. And you can see I got only 1 row even though both the data frame had 4 rows. Why is that? Because you can see by default the merging is of type inner join. That means the only common values of the merging column will be considered while joining. You can see only 5 is the common value in both the data frames column called value. So that's why you got only the 5. So there are different types of merging which you can do. The default one is the inner join. That means only the common values of the merging column will be considered while joining 2 data frames. And in our case, only the value 5 was present in both the data frame columns. That's why, only 5 was printed. The data frame has only 1 row. But if you want to consider all the rows, then how can you do that? It's really simple, guys. You just write how equal to, and you write outer join. That is outer. So what outer means is that all the rows, whether they are common or not, will be considered in the output, and the output will be formed. And let's see how the output looks like. So I did df1.merge df2 on value column, and I'm saying outer join. So let me try to run this. First of all, you can see it has all the values of the value column considered: 1 2 3 5 and 6 7 8. 1 2 3 5 6 7 8. You can see all the values of the value column of both the data frame are considered. But you can see one more interesting thing: while left data frame is merging with right data frame, and right data frame does not contain the value 1, all the right columns will be considered not a number, which is something like none. So while outer join, if you don't find a value to join, you just populate it with nan, not a number, or something like none in Python language. So basically you are doing an outer join on value column, and if you don't find a value in any of the data frame, you just populate it with not a number or nan. That's why you can see in these rows, right data frame has values, but left data frame did not have values, and these are populated by default as nan. That is how outer join works, right? And let me show you another 2 types of join, which is the left join. So what is left join? Left join means all the values in the joining column will be considered. So let me try to run this and show you how it looks like. So in the left join, you can see all the values of the leftmost only will be considered: 1 2 3 5. The right, it is not required that all values will be considered. The value of the merging column which is on the left will only be populated. So that's why 1 2 3 5. And you can see while merging with the right column, you had only value for 5. That's why you got the value of the right column as correctly. But for 1 2 3, you didn't have any values in this data frame. You can see here. That's why they are populated by default as nan, not a number. So it's basically left join. People who have SQL knowledge will easily understand this. But the concept is really simple, guys. It's like an SQL left join. So all the values of the left column or left data frame will be considered. Right data frame, it is not present, it will be populated as nan. That's all. That's how left join works. And the next one is, as you guessed, right join. That means all the values of the right data frame column will be considered. It is not necessary that all values of left will be considered. Only right will be considered, and left will be, if they are absent, they will be populated by nan, not a number. So I'm doing df1.merge df2 on value, and I'm telling right. I'll run this. The right values were 5 6 7 8. 5 6 7 8 have come. For the left column, for the value 5, I have value for the column called C left. But for 6 7 8, I didn't have any values in the first data frame. You can see for the first data frame, I have only value for 5. I don't have 6 7 8. That's why they are populated by default as nan, which is not a number. So this is how the left join works. So the summary is basically, while merging 2 data frames, okay, if you want to consider only common values of the overlapping column, you just write how equal to inner, or don't write anything. It will take the inner join. That means while inner join, only the common values of the overlapping column will be considered while merging. And if you write how equal to outer, all the values of both the left and right data frames will be considered while merging, and any missing values in the left or right data frame will be populated as nan, not a number. And if you write how equal to left, it is a left join. That means only the values of the left, all the values of the left data frame will be considered while merging. If there are no values in the right data frame, those will be populated as nan. And if you write how equal to right, all the values of the right data frame of the overlapping column will be considered, and if there are missing values in the left data frame, they will be populated as nan. So this is how the merging can be done. So if you write on equal to a column name, that only that column will be considered while merging. You can even merge on different column names. Something like if you want to merge C left and C right columns, that means the column names are different, right? The column names which you want to merge on can be different in the left and right data frames. That can be done on very simply, guys. You can write left equal to left on. If you want to merge on something like C left and right on C right. I want to merge these data frames, both data frames, but while merging, I have to merge the column called C left with the column called C right. So these two are the common columns now to be considered, right? So now let me see how it looks like. So I'll just run this. You can see I've merged C left and C right, and I've got the values. You can see in our example, all our values in both the columns are same. So that's why I got the values. Like suppose in this example, in the right data frame for foo, the value was 5. But in the left data frame for foo, the value was 1. That's why you got 1 and 5 here. So that's why that's how I merged these two data frames on a different column. So you don't need to have the same column name for merging also. You can have different column names also. You just write left on and right on. And one more possibility you can do is, suppose if you want to merge left column which is value on the right index, you just write right index equal to true. That's all. Right index equal to true. You are merging the column called value of the left data frame with the index of the right data frame. So for that you just write left on value and right index equal to true. That means you are merging on a column called value from left data frame with the index of the right data frame. So I'll just save this and run it. I am merging with the index, so that's why I got something like this. So this is how you can do a lot of permutation combination using this left on, right index, left index. You can have a huge control on how you can merge the two data frames. And one more thing I just want to show you is C left and right on C right. So I'm merging these two data frames on C left and C right, right? When I run this, I've got an overlapping column name on both data frames called value. That's why it has been populated as underscore x underscore y. You can even control this underscore x underscore y using option called suffixes equal to. Suppose if I want suffixes equal to, I'm giving a tuple called suffixes equal to. That means the left data frame will be given suffix underscore lft and right data frame will be given suffix underscore rgt. So I'm creating a tuple and I'm assigning it to suffixes. So underscore, instead of underscore x and underscore y, you can control what the suffix should be. So let me try to save this and run this. Here you can see underscore x underscore y is replaced with underscore lft and underscore rgt. That means you can even have control on what the suffix should be of the overlapping columns. So this is one more handy option. This was about merging, and this covers most of the use cases which you want on merging two data frames. So let me try to summarize them from a blog post. So merging is really simple, guys. Write df.merge df2. If you want to merge on index, write left index equal to 2, right index equal to 2. If you want to control the suffix, write suffixes equal to and give it a tuple. What the suffix should be for left and right overlapping column names. Merging columns on a column name is really simple, guys. You write left on and right on. If you want to merge on a common column name, you just write on equal to. We have demonstrated already in this video. And if you want to control how the merging is done, you just use the attribute how, like I have used here, how equal to outer, something like that. So you just need to control the attribute called how, and it controls how the merging will happen. So inner join is the default one. It joins two data frame on common column values. And if you use outer, all the column values of the merging column will be used in the output data frame. And if you use the left strategy, what happens is that it's like a left join. All the columns of the left data frame on the merging column will be considered. If there are missing value in the right data frame, none will be populated. And if you use the merging strategy as write, it's like an SQL write join. So what happens is that right data frame values of the overlapping column will be considered, and in case of missing values in the left data frame, none will be populated there. So you can see I've created a blog post on how to merge two data frames using the df.merge function. You can go through this example, and you can even copy paste this example and practice it in your PC so that you can get hands on and practice these strategies. Hope you like this video. Thank you for watching, guys.